Cardigan gets the order. He thinks he's being ordered to charge all the dug-in Russian artillery that's in front of him like 5,000 yards. I'm not kidding. He didn't. Instead of conferring to see if that was the order, and instead of charging up and taking on this Russian artillery that's pulling out, he just charges his whole damn brigade right into the teeth of one of the most dug-in positions in the history of warfare. Somehow the British even reached the lines of the Russians. Lost 40% of their men and horses killed. It was just a disaster of epic proportion. But everybody, the British, oh, Lord Cardigan. Hey, Lord Cardigan, he's a hero. My God, did you not hear about the charge of the Light Brigade? They charged into the teeth of the Russian cannon fire. Totally, just an absolute wonder, magnificent. Showed the magnificence of the British man and the troops and our horses. Huh, what a great day it was for the cavalry. That's the way the British think. They get their ass kicked in a battle, and it's a fucking, woo, go British. So, those are some of the kind of cool things that have happened today in history. I was, that story yesterday, I hope you all liked it, about Philly, his fishing story with the catfish. I got another good doozy about Philly. We were playing flag football back in college down at Western Kentucky University, and we had some really good independent teams, and we were playing a game. It was late, and we were going for a 2-point conversion. And when you went for 2 in flag football, you went from the 10-yard line, and then if you could get them to jump off sides, you could move it up to the 5, and you still get to go for 2 from the 1 or from the 5-yard line instead of 1 point, because you don't kick extra points in flag football. So from the 5-yard line, extra points worth 1. From the 10-yard line, extra points worth 2. So we were in the huddle, and we have decided to go on 2 counts on our snap to try to get the other team to jump off sides. And so I was the middle quarterback. So I was like, we're going to go on 2. And we're getting ready to break the huddle. And Philly, dead serious. He's like, everybody get in here. He's like, this is super fucking important. He's like, nobody jump off sides. We're going to get this 2 points. We're going to win the game. He's like, don't jump off sides. And I was like, wow, Philly is into the game. He is focused. I've never heard him interject like that. And as we break the huddle, I was like, sweet, I may even throw it to Philly here. So we come up to the line. Everybody's in position. This is 7 versus 7 flag football. And Phillies are tied in on the right side. And he's going to be running he's going to be, if we get the snap off, he's going to run a 10-yard out. Right at the goal line, just past the goal line, he's to cut to the right and go to the cone in the front of the end zone there. And I was rolling right, maybe going to throw to him. So we're going to go on set, ready, hit. On the second hit's when we go. So I go set, ready, hit. Nobody moves on offense or defense. Philly takes off at a full sprint. Never notices nobody else is moving. He runs his route. He plants his left foot. He cuts to the right, throws his left hand up in the air. Show, I'm open, hit me. Runs his whole route, screaming, calling for the ball. So, for like 5 seconds, while everybody's just like, are you shitting me? The flag's already been thrown by the officials. Finally, Filbert gets to the corner of the end zone, looks around, sees nobody else is running, and then throws his hands to his head and is like, shit, I forgot we were going on 2. So, it isn't just fishing, folks. It's sometimes flag football. Now, another story that I think everybody will enjoy, anybody that went down to Western with us, there was a Delt. His name was Ron Bray. We used to call him Beef. He picked his face and ate scabs off his face. Beef, it's what's for dinner, So, we were coming back from South Padre Island, and this is in 93 or 94. And it was during March Madness, first game, I think it was a Saturday, so second day of games, I think, and IU was playing that night on TV. So we stopped in Nacogdoches, Texas at this, I think it was a Gaddy's, but it was a pizza buffet with TV and stuff, and we had 2 carloads of us. It was me and Beef and Troy Strafer and Billy Biscuit Lips in one car, and then the other car was Jeremy Dahmer, Tim Fallon, and Ethan Browning. And I can't remember if anybody else was in their car or not, and I apologize if somebody else was. I'm sure you guys will remind me, whoever it was. So we watch this game. I mean, Billy Biscuit Lips doesn't even come in to watch the game. He sits out on the payphone the whole time talking to Carolyn, his girlfriend at the time, who was meeting us in Nashville, and they were getting ready to go to a Dead show. So we come out, it's been raining, weather's, it's a little, IU wins the game, we're all happy. We hop in the cars, we take off, hop on the highway. Beef gets in the seat, it's Troy Strafer's car. Beef is the driver. Gee, Minnie Pete. Beef starts driving. We haven't been on the road for 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes at most. In the distance, I can see some police lights over, looks like they're on the side of the road. I was like, Beef, man, looks like cops, looks like something's up here. He's like, I got him on. That's how I always talked. I got him on. So as we approach this accident scene, we're a few hundred yards away, and I start seeing this big object in the middle of this interstate highway. A big fucking lump in the road. And as we get closer, I'm like, Beef, there's a deer in the road, man. He's like, I got it, man. Like, what the fuck do you mean you got it, man? We're doing 75, 80 miles an hour. You haven't slowed down. There's a police car up here with its lights on. This is an accident scene. I'm like, Beef, slow the fuck down, man. There's a deer. He's like, I got it, man. I got it, man. I'm like, Beef, slow down. It's a deer. Deer beef. Deer beef. Boom, 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 boom. We hit a fucking massive 185-pound deer, 200-pound deer at 75, 80 miles an hour. Just smash into it, roll right over it. I don't know what the fuck this idiot was thinking. Troy Strafer, whose car it was, he shoots up. What the fuck was that? What happened? I'm like, Beef hit a fucking deer. I told him the story. Strafer goes crazy, makes him pull over, gets Beef in the back. Up, Billy and I Strafer has me drive the car. We drive through a torrential, at that point on, Beef and Strafer don't talk. I don't know if they were friends thereafter. We hop in the car, we drive for hours. It's pissing and pouring, a torrential downpour, a fucking tsunami. Ethan and them pulled over under an overpass. I just said, fuck it, screw it. I just put it down. I put it down. We did 90 miles an hour the whole way through this crazy storm. Kane was helping me drive, and we finally realized that the car wasn't going to make it. We started hearing a knock in the engine. I'm sure there was a leak, the oil pan was tore off the bottom is what happened, and the oil was leaking out. So here we are, we're driving across country, we got no oil, and the engine starts shitting the bed, and I think it threw a rod or something. I mean, it just starts to collapse in and on itself. And we're in Tennessee at this point by, I think the exit we got off at was called either Deer Lick, Tennessee or Salt Lick, Tennessee. And we had slowed down to about 35 miles an hour on the interstate. I mean, dangerous as shit. Had the flashers on. Anytime cars are coming, we're waving, just to signal to them, hey, watch the fuck out. We're in, dire straits here. And so we're thinking, eventually Dahmer and Fallon and Ethan will pass us, and, we'll see them, they'll pass us. So we're driving for like an hour at this speed, and we keep looking for a red car. And finally, in the distance, I'm like, I think this is them, guys. So we're puttering down. We are all hanging out our window of our car, honking, hazards are on, flashing our lights. And up comes the car. Dahmer is driving. He's in the driver's seat. Fallon's next to him in the passenger seat, sleeping. He's out. Browning's in the back seat, sleeping. He's out. Dahmer doesn't even glance in our fucking direction and just blows by at 85.